Good evening, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jets Duo Show, episode number 2. I am, of course, your host, Jude Jets, joined by my co-host, Italy Jet. So, how's it going, man?
Well, what do you think? What do you
Elijah
think?
Moore, definitely kind of wrecked our whole weeks. That was a
Yeah.
little out of the blue situation today. Wasn't definitely expecting Elijah Moore to just go out and request a trade. I said Monday, yeah, this Elijah Moore situation, it's gonna, he's upset right now, but hopefully he realizes it's only week 6 or it's about to be week 7. He's gonna have a lot more opportunities to shine, but apparently he doesn't get that, and
He don't care. He
now
doesn't
he's
care.
wants to be out of the door. It's absolutely
Yeah,
insane, but
right.
what are we gonna do about it, man?
We can't. We can't. It's one of those things where I think with Elijah Moore, he's getting the wrong intel, and I think he's getting feed wrong information. And I think overall, I think he's just at that point in his life where he wants to do more. But they had meetings. It's like I really don't think they're going to trade him, but you never know. I mean, you,
Right.
you never know now because Mims, with Mims and Bryce Hall. But we this is a horrible time to do this. I thought we were past this with Adams. It's
Yeah.
like this is not what we should be doing right now. But overall, it's like that with the Jets, which I freaking hate. But overall, I it doesn't help that he's getting influences like AJ Brown with the 2 deleted tweets and stuff. It's just he just needs to be more patient. He hasn't really done much. Like you're not at that elite level yet. And all of um his agent and stuff represent big stars that have been complaining over the years to get contracts. So this is too early. And also, if you want to get traded to another team, this is not how you act.
Oh
Just
no.
say, just say it. I don't know, man. What do you think, Jude?
Well, because Elijah Moore, Jamal Adams, obviously are getting the comparisons because they are two big time players for the Jets that have requested trades. But at least the thing with Jamal Adams is while he left, and the way he left was definitely not in a good way at all. At least he was here for 3 years, played awesome with us, made all pro teams. And, while he was getting all of this production that, of course, Elijah Moore isn't getting, at least he, stuck around. And once finally he had a reason to leave, he kind of just wanted out. See, Elijah
Right.
Moore's reason to leave isn't really that good. We are in a great place right now, team wise, because
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Jamal Adams, while he wanted to get paid, I do feel like Joe Douglas, maybe he wouldn't have gave him a contract like Seattle gave him. Joe Douglas probably would have gave Jamal Adams the bag. It's just Jamal wanted to be on a contending team as he called it, and now he's on a team that is doing worse than the Jets. But the thing with Elijah is he just wants to get these targets. He doesn't really care about winning, I feel. He just wants to get stats. He wants to increase all the stats he can. Then in 2 and 3 years, teams are going to look at those stats and say, well, hey, this dude had 1,000 yards and only a second season in the NFL. Looks like he's going to be a great player. Let's go ahead and sign him to a deal. I feel like that's kind of the only thing Elijah Moore's carrying right now. And of course, the intel he's been getting with players like AJ Brown and, his agent who's representing all these big time players. It's just all this stuff that's rotting Elijah Moore's brain. And,
Right.
Elijah Moore, of course, is seeing the success A.J. Brown's having in Philadelphia. But Elijah Moore needs to know that A.J. Brown was also a proven player before he got traded to the Eagles. And, yeah, Elijah, he was a good scout, but he hasn't even had over 1,000 yards receiving in his career yet. So I feel like
Right.
he just needed to pump the brakes. And if he was unhappy with the situation he's, in with the Jets right now, at least you could have waited a bit longer. I understand the trade deadline is coming up November 1st, but at least do it in the off season like AJ Brown did instead of just right here. But it was definitely just a bummer to see Elijah Moore requesting that trade.
And overall, it's not really looking good for really anyone. It's not looking good for him. With the Jets, it's like same old, right? We've had to
Yeah,
go with the Adams. This dude just needs to chill. The veterans need to get on him, like talk to him, convince him, have the coaches, leave the coaches in locker room out of it, have it stay with the veterans and the players. But I mean, do you think? I really don't think they're gonna trade him, but like I wouldn't be surprised because things have happened before. But Joe Douglas's history, you just never know.
right,
So I just it's just bad timing, and we're winning. We're
right.
winning. We have the chemistry now. This is a different culture now. This is all about more being an arrogant ass. That's just what it is.
I mean, 100% because this dude just wants all the stats he could get. He doesn't care if he's
Right.
on a 1-5 Carolina Panthers team, a 1-4-1 Houston Texans team. As long as
Right.
he's getting stats, as long as he's getting the ball, Elijah Moore's gonna be happy. I mean, who knows? We might never see this dude play in the Super Bowl. He might just sign with all these teams who desperately need wide receiver help and are giving him the bag because it just seems like that's the type of player Elijah Moore is in his career. And, I agree with you, what you said earlier. It's not really a good thing for both sides because, the New York Jets, we drafted Elijah Moore in the second round last year. We, of course, have a huge plan. We really want this dude to be a part of our future.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, Elijah Moore, while he's trading or requesting a trade, he's not doing himself any favors because what NFL general manager is going to look at Elijah Moore and say, he's a he's a good player, but he's requesting a trade from a team that's winning. What type of image do you think an NFL general manager is gonna look at that and say, I mean, do we really want this type of guy on our team, especially a young and rebuilding
Exactly.
team that wants to have these good culture pieces moving forward? Do we really
Mm-hmm.
want a player that just wants to leave a team while they're doing good? It's not exactly what you want for your culture. And I feel like the New York Jets might as well just trade him while he wants out. I mean, if he just genuinely just doesn't want to be on the Jets, and if he just wants out, then I mean, trade him right now. While his value's most likely hot, you could definitely get a good pick for him. Maybe, the Panthers, Jets have a nice little trade. They give us Jeremy Chin. We give them Elijah Moore. That's definitely a pipe dream, but, anything's possible based on, the trades Joe Douglas has, pulled off in the past. And I do want to mention, too, you could follow all of our socials, the course on the ticker right here on the bottom. Make sure you guys give us a follow. They're also linked down below in the description if you don't feel like typing it up. But yeah, man, Elijah Moore just definitely only really cares about his stats, I feel like.
I mean, it's true. He doesn't really want to go anywhere right now when it comes to like. Actually, no. Let me restart that. Elijah Moore just wants targets. Okay, he just wants
Yeah.
targets, but he's going about it the wrong way. And seriously, the influence that his friends are given and his agent, it doesn't look good on him. He could regret this down the road, or maybe not. I don't know. Adams doesn't seem to regret it,
Mm-mm.
but it's just this looks bad for all parties, especially him. People are saying this is like Zach Wilson's fault or some other player's fault. It's not his fault.
Oh, no.
This has nothing to do with Zach Wilson.
I
Like
mean,
it's one of those things where this is an Elijah Moore thing. He's a diva, and he's trying to be all about himself. And I don't think he's trying to get paid. I just think he just wants to get more targets and feel like he's like under control. I don't know if I'm talking to Mims. I don't know if it's something like that either, because Mims is frustrated and stuff. But like, this is not good right now. This needs to be settled by tomorrow. If it's not settled by tomorrow, this could drag on for a long time, and he will miss He will miss this game this weekend. Maybe activate Mims or activate someone else.
I mean, yeah, the New York Jets definitely just need to put their foot down, get an answer while they can, because
Right.
Elijah Moore leaving practice, I didn't really take as a good sign. Robert Saleh did say it was a family matter, which turned out to not be true. Technically he did spend time with his family, but I mean, just we need to find an answer to this Elijah Moore situation. But moving on to some more positive topics, the New York Jets got our third consecutive win of the season last week against the Green Bay Packers. We are 4-2, the only undefeated team in the AFC, or the only undefeated road team, excuse me, in the AFC right now. The New York Jets are incredibly hot. We were ranked number 9 in the ESPN Power Rankings this week. And I want to say that's the first time we've been ranked in the top 10 in like any power ranking since the week 2 win on Thursday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills in 2016. That's the only time I can recall us being ranked top 10 in the power rankings. And of course, 2016 is a very long time ago. No players who are on the New York Jets right now were on that 2016 roster. Our longest tenured Jet is Thomas Hennessy, and he came in 2017. So just think that was a really long time ago, man.
A really long time ago. Very long time ago. Oh my
and
God. Yeah. Wow.
and two of the standout players in that game were, of course, Quinnen Williams, who had 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 QB hits, and was crowned the AFC Defensive Player of the Week yesterday. And another stud in that game was Brees Hall, who had his first 100-yard rushing game last week against the Packers, had 116 on the ground, also had a 34-yard touchdown, and he had not one but 2 awards this week. He was the FedEx Ground Player of the Week, and he was also the Pepsi Rookie of the Week. So a pretty
Right.
big week for Brees Hall in only a 6th game of his career. I mean, Brees Hall, Quinnen Williams, I definitely would say have exceeded expectations maybe this season, because
Right.
I was expecting a big season from Quinnen, definitely with, the New York Jets finally having the edge help. But I wasn't expecting him to be as consistent as he's been this year and one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL right now. And Brees Hall is, I would definitely say a top 10 running back in the NFL
Mm-hmm.
right now. Definitely would probably be really high up there in rushing yards if the New York Jets would have gave him more snaps over the first few weeks of the season. But I mean,
Mm.
both of these players are just balling, man. So, what were your thoughts on their performance last week?
Well, there's definitely some good things and bad things. The Packers could have came back in that third quarter, but they didn't. It's just like the game before that. Miami could have come back, Packers could have come back, but we didn't. We were consistent. The defense was balling out. Our front four has consistently been good. JFM, Quinnen, Lawson's even getting in there. Even JJ was getting in there. Curry came out with the injury of JJ, has been doing good. Clemens blocking punts. We have the best duo at the corner position in the game, along with Carter for the backup. And then Joyner's even doing pretty good. Whitehead's even doing pretty good. I mean, and then you got the linebackers, Quan, Quincy, and Mosley. They've been lights out, lights out. And then Huff has been a surprise. Huff is the most
Oh yeah,
underrated player on our defense. Huff. I stand by what I said. Lawson, I love what they're doing, Lawson. Move him around. If he's not doing good on that right side, put him on the damn left side. If it stay JFM in the middle, switch Clemens back and forth with positions with Lawson. It's been great. Offense, right? We talk about how offense needs to be spread out more, right?
right.
So didn't really happen this game again. It didn't. And maybe that's why Elijah Moore's being whatever he's doing.
Yeah,
But we did see some throws from Zach. We did. The O line was better. Dwayne Brown was great.
he was
AVT
awesome.
was good. Herbig was good. But Lakin, man, I'm not seeing enough from Lakin. He's not really cracked up to be that guy right now on that left side. I think he's going to be fine. I really do think he's going to be fine. But man, for what we're paying him, he's not doing much.
Yeah.
But Dwayne Brown, man, he's running his ass down the left side. I mean, shit. And then our tight ends have been where they been. Uzama had a good catch. Conklin had a good catch, but that's it. Uzama's really great blocker, so that helps. But
Yeah.
wide receivers, man, I love what they're doing. Barrios, I love the trick play that they did with Brees Hall. But man, I just want to get them more involved. Zach Wilson, I think, needs to be better when it comes to instead of going backwards with the football, scramble a little bit. I want to see that last 6 games of the season, Zach Wilson. But overall, I'm not going to knock him too hard because he has been winning games for us. He has. I do give him that.
Sure has.
But overall, I want to see a little bit more from him. But I'm glad he's getting better and the chemistry is getting better. Hats off to Zach Wilson. Hope he continues. Now, Brees Hall and Carter. People saying Carter is not that great. They're saying Carter is not the guy. He's just a running back too. No. Carter and Brees Hall are a great 1-1, RB1B, and then RB1A, right?
Right.
Carter has been a great red zone. He's a red zone guy. He's doing very good, and he busts people's nuts every time he zips up and goes to the right and left. Hall is just smooth. He reminds me of an LT and a Le'Veon Bell. And also, this duo reminds me of LT and Sean Green, too. I mean, it's a great combo. Brees is a star before our eyes, and Sauce Gardner is too. They are just stars, and I knew they were going to make a big impact. People were saying it's crazy to go get Hall and Gardner. So whoever said that, F you. Okay, F you. I knew we should have got these guys. I knew Joe Douglas was not done. We have something good going here. We have something very good going for Brees Hall. Second year rookie of the week, like that's amazing. This is a different team, and we gotta continue with Denver. Just gotta continue.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've had a comment on my channel earlier this week, and it was saying that this, team really reminds me of, the early success teams we had, 09, 10, with just the dominant running game and the fantastic defense. And with Brees Hall and Michael Carter, that duo has been fantastic for the Jets this season. Brees Hall, definitely has reminded me of Le'Veon Bell. Just the fact that he's so patient, waiting to find the holes. He's the Le'Veon Bell we wanted on the New York Jets, but never got. And just to see Brees Hall playing this good so early in his rookie career, 3 Rookie of the Weeks. That's fantastic. And
Yeah.
before I continue, want to say what's up to my boy John. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. Commenting, it definitely helps us out a lot. And he said, I'll take winning over stats any day. The idea is to win the Super Bowl last time I checked. And you are 100% right, man. I mean, yeah, Zach Wilson threw for 110 yards, had 10 completions on 18 throws. I mean,
Right.
is that ideal stats? Absolutely not. Our leading receiver only had 2 catches while he did have 52 yards, but still,
Right.
throwing for that many yards definitely isn't ideal. The goal is to at least get 200 every single game. But we won, and the Packers' passing defense was also fantastic in that game. They were completely locked down on all of our receivers whenever they showed the replays on TV. None of our guys were getting open. So just to see, Zach Wilson not force the ball into any coverage, although he did a couple times, he didn't do it as much as, rookie Zach Wilson probably would have done. So it's just good to see that Zach Wilson has started to mature more as a player, and for him to be completely okay with him having these game manager like stats. Of course, we want to see the passing game get more involved as the season goes along, but if the run game's going fantastic, I don't really see any reason to why we should change much. And then the defense has just been playing lights out for the New York Jets. As you said, the Miami
Right.
Dolphins, the Green Bay Packers, they had chances to come back in the second half of those games, but the Jets
Heck yeah.
defense denied those chances, along with the
Right.
special teams. I mean, a block field goal, a block punt return for a touchdown. That's that Brant Boyer special teams we've been seeing for the New York Jets for a long time, and now he's finally been able to coach a special teams that has actually helped us win football games. But I mean, the defense has just been honestly a pleasant surprise this season because I wasn't expecting us to be a top 10 unit this year. But the defensive line, awesome. Just about every single player on that D line produces for the New York Jets. Even our backups and Bryce Huff, who, as you said, definitely is one of the more underrated New York Jets. This dude just consistently brings pressure for the New York Jets, and he had two QB hits last week, which was tied second most for the New York Jets, and I'm sure he got a lot less snaps than a lot of our other defensive linemen, so that's great to see. But
Right.
the linebacking core, I feel like, has been one of the most pleasant surprises for the Jets this year because heading into the year, I don't really feel like the expectations for the linebackers were really set too high. And I did
Mm,
say in my 53-man roster prediction video, I'm really excited to see what this linebacking core does this season, but I wasn't
yeah.
expecting them to play the way they've been playing this year. I mean, the linebacking core was just not good for the Jets last season. But with the addition of Kawan, I really felt like that's helped balance out this group. Quincy, he came back from injury, didn't look like he missed a beat. His speed Quincy Williams has is just fantastic. This dude gets into holes and completely stuffs the run, and he makes huge hits. Quan Alexander is also another player that just completely pops every man he tackles and also almost had an interception over Aaron Rodgers. And then CJ Mosley, some people like to complain about him. Personally, I really don't complain too much. This dude has the fourth most tackles in the NFL right now. This dude just consistently gets tackled. Sure, he misses one here and there, but we can pretty much always count on not Quentin Williams, CJ Mosley to just get a tackle for the New York Jets, and we really like to have that consistency. And the pass defense, I mean, DJ Moore, Sauce Gardner, definitely are one of the best cornerback duos in the NFL and definitely might even be in competition for the best. They have some good competition with Darius Slay and James Bradbury, but I mean, Sauce, Reed have been playing fantastic this year. Sauce Gardner leads the NFL in pass deflections right now. DJ Reed,
Right.
Sauce Gardner just have been playing chef kiss awesome. John saying pick your poison. Stack the box to stop the run. We will pass on you. I mean, yeah, that's the type of versatility, we want in this offense. We have the receivers who can make plays. We might be down one with Elijah Moore, but we definitely have some guys who can who can make plays on the Jets. And then, of course, we have Brees Hall who can just run over. So, what do you feel about, the Jets picking the poison, for running the ball and also, passing?
Say that last part again. You cut out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. So, Johnny commented, pick your poison. You stack the box to stop the run. We will pass on you. So, what do you feel that versatility, can just bring to the Jets offense?
Well, it's something we haven't seen in a very long time. So the fact that we could start doing that now is something that it's unbelievable.
Right.
Like we have the depth, we got the talent, we can do anything with this now. We can play to other people's strengths now, and we can play to other people's weaknesses. If this doesn't work, we are confident enough to switch it up. I mean, we would always have to stick with one or two things. We have 5 or 6 options now, and we couldn't say that before.
Oh,
So
no.
going that what?
I said, oh, no. Like, yeah, we had, no options before.
Right, and then going into, I mean, shoot, we can even put no lineman in there to score a touchdown. Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? But it's really cool to see things come together with all that because I mean, let's be honest. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows, but we've continued to put over 27 points on the board every time. So we can stick to something too. We can always stick to something, and we couldn't do that before, and now we can. It's amazing.
I mean, yeah, we were used to Jamison Crowder being the only guy we can depend on making plays for us. But now we have Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Conklin, CJ Uzama, although, we kind of use him more as a blocking tight end. But, maybe try to, cut him off the list a bit. But, we have two running backs in Brees Hall and Michael Carter who can just make plays for the Jets. And having playmakers is something we've never really had before or had in a really long time. So to just be able to spread out the offense like that is definitely huge. And John having another comment here saying Flacco won a Super Bowl with the same formula, great defense and a run game. I mean, yeah, if it helps the New York Jets win the Super Bowl, that would be huge. Of course, the great run game is awesome,
Right.
but would definitely like to see the New York Jets involved the pass. And I feel like a lot of people want to see the pass game more involved. But I mean, if it doesn't work, I like to say this, but don't 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 fix what's not broken.
Exactly. Don't fix what's not broken at all. Like
So
stick with the game plan.
right, and this week we play the Denver Broncos. They currently are a struggling team right now. The record is currently 2-4. We've all watched Denver a lot this year. They've had 4 of their 6 games on prime time television. So just about every New York Jets fan knows what the gist of this Broncos team is. We know that
Mm-hmm.
their offense isn't really good. We know that
Yeah.
Russell Wilson's hurt. But we also know that their
Right.
defense is a really good unit. So it's going to just be interesting to see how the New York Jets play against this Broncos team. Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really feel like it's going to be a hard game for the New York Jets. I mean, based on the way this
Yeah.
team's playing, based on the way Denver's been playing this season, I mean, it's definitely a favorable matchup for the New
Right.
York Jets.
Right.
And of course, with Russell being hurt, the New York Jets should look to, take that 2 hour advantage. But keys to winning this football game, start off with you first, man.
You know, their defense is one of the top 5 in the NFL. Like we could be honest about that.
Mhm.
They're elite. They're elite. And Stout Simmons is back, makes them even more elite. They have some great talent on that defense. Just their offense is shit. Like Russell
Yeah.
Wilson brought his drama from the Seahawks to the Broncos. No one likes him. No one wants to play with them. Everyone is kind of limbo with him right now. Melvin Gordon, Judy. I mean, the names go on and on. And also he's hurt. He could be hurt
Yeah,
this weekend. Like
he's
you never
hurt.
know. He might not even like come and play. They might give a backup like Hackett. So like I don't know. And that's kind of it's interesting to me because that could also be scary. Well, just a little bit because what if the backup does better than Wilson? I don't know. I don't know. I
Yeah.
doubt it. I doubt it. But I don't know. But I'm not worried about their offense. I think their offense is. I mean, they're really good. They just haven't figured it out. Their
Yeah.
offensive line is not protecting them either. So I'm only worried about the defense. But we can. But we have always done good in switching it up and playing to the strengths and weaknesses. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we can just win another huge game. But at the same time, I think it's still it's still scary because defense. The offense, I'm just not worried about. Play to the weaknesses of them and just work out the strengths.
Yeah, the Denver offense has not figured it out whatsoever. They currently average the fewest points per game with 15. And I mean, this
Mm-hmm.
Jets defense has gone up against these struggling offenses this season, and they stopped them. We stopped Pittsburgh's
Right.
offense. We stopped the Miami Dolphins offense with a backup, or not even a backup quarterback, a third string QB. So the idea of Russell Wilson not playing, I mean, it kind of scares me in the sense that the New York Jets have, lost to backup quarterbacks in the past, and Denver's backup actually
Right.
would be Brett Rypien, who was that starter for the Broncos back in
Right.
2020 whenever they beat us in Thursday Night Football. He has beaten the New York Jets before, although he did beat the same old Jets, and now we're the new era Jets. But I mean, if we can just stop their offense and, of course, produce on our own offense is honestly the main key to winning this game. Because I have no doubt in my mind that this Jets defense can go in mile high and, you know, stop him. I mean, the Russell Wilson, there's not a lot
Right
of
on.
juju going on right there. I mean, I
Right on.
100% have faith that we could stop that Broncos offense. It's just, can we move the ball on their defense? I don't really feel like the passing attack is going to be much in effect this week. I feel like the New York Jets once again struggle. I feel like Wilson can put up similar numbers like he did last week. I feel like it's going to be another low, scoring, not low scoring game, but low stats game for Zach Wilson. Might not even throw the ball 20 times again. It's probably going to be that type of game. But the offensive line has been run blocking phenomenally, and Brees Hall has been playing phenomenally. To say he's going to get another Rookie of the Week award, honestly, should it be an understatement? Because right now, he's just been balling for the Jets. He's been playing at all cylinders, and teams just haven't been able to stop him. And I mean, Austin Eckler, while he was stopped by, the Broncos last week, he got going in that game. And it's honestly on the Chargers for passing the ball 52 times instead of giving the ball to Eckler more. I feel like if they would have done that, they could have had a lot more success on offense. So the New York Jets just need to do whatever's working best for us. And whatever Salas says at halftime, he just needs to do that because his team has been playing a lot better after halftime in the wins we've had this season. So, of course, we just need to see Brees Hall ball out once again this week.
I think overall, the thing that we have to do the most is be more consistent when it comes to the weapons that we have. Because if we aren't doing that, then we're going to get our asses handed to us by that defense. I
Right.
agree with you. I agree with you with everything you're saying. But can our offensive line hold up? Right?
Right.
Or can our offensive line hold up against this elite top five defense? I don't know. I don't think we haven't really been tested from a defensive aspect. Like we faced against some good defenses, but not with Zach Wilson. I mean, Zach Wilson played against a Miami Dolphins team that was banged up. Like this is going to be a true test for this offense with the O line, tight ends, wide receivers, everything, because this defense is going to come ready. And can Zach Wilson rise to the occasion?
I mean, the Denver defense, top 5 in sacks right now, and that's a huge thing for the Jets. And I'm with you.
Right,
Like, can this
right,
Jets offensive line hold up against this dominant Denver Broncos pass rush? And it
right,
will be definitely one of the biggest keys in this game, whether or not the New York Jets can do that. Because while
right.
the offensive line has been run blocking phenomenally, and I feel like that's kind of the only thing we need to worry about, whether or not they could run block. Because, as I said, I don't really feel like we're going to pass the ball a whole lot. If we do pass it, it's probably not going to be these long passing plays. It's probably going to be these quick throws. And I mean, look, the Denver Broncos, they have Patrick Surtain, but outside of Surtain, that's kind of really all they have. Of course, Patrick Surtain, he locked down Mike Williams. But
Right.
Josh Palmer, DeAndre Carter, Trey McKitty, they were balling out. Gerald Everett, I mean, all of those players are, doing awesome for the Los Angeles Chargers in that Monday Night Football game. Patrick Surtain
I
and
agree.
Justin Simmons are really only the players they have in that secondary. So if we can utilize Garrett Wilson, if we can utilize our tight ends, if Elijah Moore plays, if we can utilize them, if he doesn't, hopefully we can get Braxton Berrios involved. But, we just need to stay away from Surtain wherever he's going. Just don't throw the ball to him. And whenever we do decide to pass, run these quick throws. Try to, get the ball out before the defensive line even has a chance to get pressure to you. And whenever we do run the football, just do whatever we're working best, and that is run and get behind the left side of the line, behind Lincoln Tomlinson and Dwayne Brown, because they have been just, run blocking really good for the New York Jets this year, and have just overall in their careers been run blocking phenomenal. So definitely just have to try to get these quicker throws out for Zach Wilson. So he's not as rushing. He doesn't have to go out and face this just dangerous Denver pass rush.
That's exactly what the game plan is with LaFleur. With LaFleur, he's all about trying to work to people's strengths and weaknesses. He needs to be more versatile in that department because when you have a guy like Zach Wilson that can be mobile, I don't want to be mobile, but he should be mobile, in my opinion. He should be more mobile. But I understand you don't want to get him hurt too. You don't want to get him hurt. I totally get that.
Oh,
I get that. But in everything that Chubb is going to get to you, Simmons is going to get to you, Sertan. I mean, these guys. I mean, they just have a number of dudes, along with Greg, that can really come at you. So they got to work Brees Hall in different things. We got to do trick plays. We got to get these wide receivers involved. The O line needs to hold up. And we got Fant coming back. Not this weekend, but we got Fant coming back soon. But I still think you should stick with Dwayne Brown, Lincoln Tomlinson, AVT, and Herbig. You need to stick with those guys. But I wouldn't be surprised if Remmers comes in this situation. That'd be great. I would love to see Remmers in the game. So we need to be, like I said, Broncos are going to be ready. Like, they're going to be ready. They're pissed. So especially if Wilson's out, this is going to be a defensive game if that happens.
And that leads us right into our score predictions. I agree with you. It's definitely going to be a defensive game. It's going to be nitty gritty. It's going to be old school football, and it's
Right.
most likely going to be one of these low scoring games we've seen from the Broncos this season.
Right.
I feel like Brees Hall and this Jets offense is just going to continue to roll. I feel like Brees Hall, he's just too hot right now. And the Denver Broncos aren't hot right now. And whatever Russ is cooking, it's clearly not good. He needs to add some type of season and some type of flavor to it. But whatever he's cooking, it's expired. And the New York Jets, we need to take advantage of that. We need to be the gourmet team in this game. And I feel like we just continue to roll. The offense continues and the defense continues their good play. And I feel like the New York Jets are able to get the win in this one, 23-9.
Really?
Really. 23
You
to
know
9.
what? I've been looking at a lot of Broncos games, and I think this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be 20. I think it's going to be 2017 Jets.
Ooh. See,
because here's the thing. They're going to count on their running game a lot, and then they're not going to count on their passing game, and plus their defense is stone cold. So I think we'll win on a field goal. I think we're going to win no matter what. But we're either going to win on a touchdown or field goal. 2017 Jets. Because the Broncos suck. Like, they have been keeping it. They've been keeping these games so tight. It's embarrassing for that organization and for us. We need to win no matter what, because that will put us back. That not only will that put us on the map bigger, it'll get better. We can win 5 out of these 6 games. Like, I still think it's going to be close, but I like your prediction too.
I mean, as you said, the Broncos are just able to keep all of these games close. You look at, most of the games this season, they've been within one score. The Broncos never necessarily have lost or got blown out by a whole lot, but I just have a ton of faith in this Jets team. I feel like this is the week where we could really change it, but we do have to win no matter what. I don't care if it's a nitty-gritty loss or if it's, not a lot of offense. If this is a 6-3 win by the New York Jets, I would be happy. And I don't really feel like a lot of people would be surprised if it is a low-scoring 6-3 win, because that's just how the Broncos have been playing this season. They've kept every game close, but I do feel like the New York Jets are, just going to be able to break that trend. But if we do lose this game, I do feel like it kind of puts the Jets in that same situation that we are, I guess, feel that a lot of people had about this team coming into this year, that we are the same old Jets and the first couple games were a fluke. And it's definitely something the Jets have to realize, because do we really want to be put back into that viewpoint? That sucks. You don't want to be the same old Jets. That's terrible. Nobody wants that. So the New York Jets we just need to prove that we're not going to lose to a sucky team. I mean, in the past, we've lost to teams that are much worse than us. We've lost
Exactly.
games we should have won. And I mean, the Broncos are terrible. Everybody, knows the Broncos are bad. I was talking to some people last night. They don't really follow the NFL close, but they were like, "Who the Jets play?" And I said the Broncos. They said the Broncos suck. Y'all are gonna win this game because they've just been on so many primetime games. Everybody just knows how the Broncos are, and this is not a good football team. And the New York Jets, we are. I mean, it's crazy to say. I don't think I was gonna say it, but we are a good football team. We are
We are.
a team that could legit compete for the playoffs this year. So if we are that playoff team, we win games like this against the Denver Broncos. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm throwing a win right here. And I just feel like this Jets team, we're playing with a passion. The morale, the motivation in Denver right now is super low. I don't know if you saw the video or not, but whenever Russell Wilson went to high five his teammates after they lost in overtime, about like 5, 10 people high fived him out of 53 players. I mean, nobody was really giving Russell Wilson a whole lot of action right there on those high fives. So it's just a low morale right now. The offense isn't
Yeah.
connecting. Melvin Gordon, what's going on with him? He is starting this week, but there's just a rivalry between Hackett. Hackett kind of feels like an Adam Case type head coach right now, and just since that the team's already kind of lost. I mean, they're not doing as bad as the Jets were in that 2019 season, but it's just the Broncos are not what everybody thought they were going to be. So the New York Jets, I mean, I said it last week, but we just can't. We have to avoid being the same old Jets. And we got to think to ourselves, what did the same old Jets do? They lose games like this. So we can't be the same old Jets. What do you feel about that?
We have an opportunity to come into this game and keep proving people wrong. We have to capitalize on the teams that don't have the chemistry right now, just like we did with the Green Bay Packers, just like what we did with Miami, just like what we did with the Steelers. We have an opportunity to kick their ass. We have
Sure.
an opportunity to capitalize on this. It will be a tough game, but this is the games that we should beat them. And if we don't get it done, then it is a little bit of like a gut, like a gut wrench. So it's one of those things where we need to capitalize on this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If we want to be a playoff team, that's what we have to do.
Right.
Simple as that.
You know, playoffs, you get into the playoffs by getting wins. And not every win is a give me, but, I'm not sitting here saying this is an easy win for the Jets. But, if we want to be this playoff team, we have to win games that we're supposed to win. This is one of those games. And if the New York Jets really want to make a legit chance for the playoffs, we got to win these games. The team with the highest amount of wins and the lowest amount of losses goes into the playoffs. And the New York Jets, we just got to win those type of games. And I just have a really good feeling about this team right now. I don't feel like this Elijah Moore drama is going to bring us down a whole lot. I kind of feel like he's on his own. Him and Michael Carter, who knows what's happening with them. Feel like they're a little salty that they got replaced, but it's just this Jets team. The chemistry's high right now. We're one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and I just don't see how we lose to this low morale, low scoring Denver Broncos team who do have a good defense, but that's just really about it. They're very one dimensional. So, if you have anything else to add, I feel like that wraps up tonight's stream.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, 2017 Jets or 25-17 Jets. It's a good defense on the Broncos. Their offense is shit. If we can overcome the Elijah Moore crap and go in there and just play a good game and forget the drama, do what's necessary to win these games with strengths and weaknesses and the coaches switching up, we will win this game. Go Jets.
I completely agree, man. Just have all the white noise, Keep it outside the organization. Just focus on winning this game. Don't let any of these distractions fool you. But thank you so much to everyone who tuned into the stream tonight. Thank you so much for John for commenting, giving us some extra topics to talk about. Always love that. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go and follow us on our social medias. You can, the links have been playing throughout on the ticker right here, but you could also go in the description and click the links, and it can take you right there on your phone, computer, wherever. You can go ahead and follow us. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your host, Jude, signing off for now, and see you guys later.